So to discuss the anatomy of the heart and the pathway the blood takes through it, I've sketched up that same simple diagram we used several times in the class. So in the middle we've got this 4-box system of the heart made up by the 2 upper chambers, right atrium, left atrium. So they are the receiving chambers of the heart. Then left ventricle, right ventricle, the pumping chambers of the heart. Therefore much bigger. Bigger because they have larger muscular walls, not necessarily because they hold bigger volumes of blood. Left ventricle even bigger because its job is going to be to contract and pump that blood out around the entire body. So it has a much bigger muscular wall. Separating those 2 chambers are the 2 atrioventricular valves. Valves' jobs are to ensure blood only flows one way through the heart. So separating left and right, we have little mistake. Bicuspid valve between left atrium, left ventricle. Tricuspid valve separating right atrium, right ventricle. So if we start with blood returning to the right atrium from the body, it's fed into the heart via the vena cava. That comes from superior vena cava from the upper half of the body and inferior vena cava from the lower half of the body. So this is carrying the deoxygenated blood back to the heart, into the right atrium, passes through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle. Right ventricle contracts, blood is forced through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary artery, which carries the blood to the lungs. Gaseous exchange occurs, blood then enters the pulmonary vein, and it returns to the heart, emptying into the left atrium. From the left atrium, blood moves through the bicuspid valve into the left ventricle, where we get this large contraction of the left ventricle, forcing blood through the aortic valve into the aorta, largest artery in the body, which takes that oxygenated blood out to the tissues where we need. Key points: pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein are your only examples where we have an artery carrying deoxygenated blood and a vein carrying oxygenated blood, because arteries always go away from the heart, veins always come towards the heart. So this simplified circulatory system also clearly shows us the 2 subdivisions. Pulmonary circulation from the heart to the lungs and back to the heart. Systemic circulation from the heart to the body and back to the heart.